Lovelies, I have to make a confession. Making friends is easy as fuck. So where the heck do you find friends? Truth is, you can find friends any single fucking where. Are you studying? Boom. You have people there that you can connect and you can have friends. Are you working? Boom. You can have a place where you can find friendships. Are you going outside on a park, or are you online? Boom. You can find friends there. You can find friends even walking on the street, going to a random person and being like, hi. Do you want to be my friend? Oh my god, really? Yeah, sure. Truly, you can find friendships any single fucking where. The best tip for you finding friendships and like connecting with people is just being in this frequency of, I'm in a good mental state, I'm in a good frequency, therefore I attract people with the same mindset, with the same frequency as me. Because there's something that we need to talk about. If you go outside and try to find friends and your mentality is like, oh my god, I'm having the worst day of my life or stuff like that, like you're having the mentality of like life sucks, of like I am bad, you're gonna find friends who are on the same low energy. Then that's when we are starting to manifest and connecting with people who is not the best for us and we're not the best for them. So it's really important for you to keep the good manifestation, the good vibes going on, and the good mentality of like, oh my god, everything's okay. I'm going to link a few videos that I recommend on how to raise your vibration, and I'm also probably going to do a video about that really soon, so stay tuned for that. So once we're in this vibration, we can literally eat the fucking world. But how can we actually approach people randomly on the street and be like, hi, you want to be my friend? The thing is, you don't have to go outside and talk to every single person and ask them like, hey, you want to be my friend? You don't have to be like that, because once you're in the mentality of like abundance, once you're in the mentality of like, I can find friends easily because friends just come to me, friends come to you from out of nowhere, because you're not in the mentality of like, oh my god, I have to find a friend, I have to talk to everyone, because if I don't talk to anyone, I'm not gonna find friends. However, when you're in the mentality of like, oh my god, I attract people, then you find friends literally easily. So one thing you have to realize is like, it's okay to not have friends and be quote unquote lonely. Being lonely, it's a feeling that we feel when we think we're lacking something. But how can we deal with being lonely? The first and most important thing ever is you need to find a relationship within yourself. You have to be your own best friend. So let's say you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of friendships, you have a lot of connections that you talk to daily. Well, I want you to find one day, I want you to find 5 minutes, I want you to find an hour where you may do an activity that it's only you alone. You're not even talking to them on the phone or like on social media, you're not talking to them presently, you are on your own. You enjoy time alone, find activities that makes you feel good. So for example, that could be reading, that could be painting, that could be exercising, could be doing videos, that could be literally anything. Just make sure to pick a few activities and throughout some time spend time on yourself alone. And also a really good activity you can do is meditation. Meditate, sit in silence, and you allow yourself to feel alone, because being alone doesn't equal being lonely. One really important thing is like, if you want to attract new friends, if you want to attract new relationships, why are we wanting to attract new friends? For example, the answer to that question can be like, oh well, my friends are meeting up with me, I'm like telling them every single second that I want to meet with them, or they're being low vibrational, they're draining my energy, they're only asking me for help, we're not having a connection or stuff like that, so I just feel drained by my friends, I just feel bad, so maybe it's time to leave. So I'm gonna give you some tips on how to say bye-bye to those emotional vampires. I'm going to give you some advice for those people who are draining your energy. First of all, we can accept that any loss is going to hurt us, mostly if it's a loss that it's been like for years. Like I have that friend for like 10 years, 5 years, even 1 year is a long time. So you're like, okay, I have this friendship for a really long time and now I feel like it's not good for any of us. I give my friend and my friend doesn't give me back, and we're not in the like this mindset of like, we're not matching energy. I'm basically keeping the connection alive and they're not doing anything. They're not putting in the work to keep the connection alive. So of course it's going to hurt leaving a relationship out, but we need to step into this abandoned mindset that I was talking about. We need to step into this, it's okay if I leave someone who's draining my energy, who's not serving me good, who's not making me feel good, who's making me feel drained, who's making me feel all of this. And it's simply okay for the simple fact that I'm going to have other friends. Because that just means we're going on different ways and they need another people and I need another person. Because lovely, we deserve better. We deserve better. Being able to leave people who are draining you, being able to move on from life comes from a place of like, we deserve better. I deserve better. I deserve to be treated right. I deserve to enjoy a connection. If I'm not doing that, I can leave. And the thing is, you can even leave people who technically they're not hurting you in a sense. Like, I am talking about these extreme cases of like, okay, someone is like hurting you physically so you can leave them and stuff like that. But let's say you're with someone and suddenly you're like, this person doesn't follow my values, or this person, I'm having fun with them but they're saying things that I don't agree with and I put my morals first. Or oh yeah, you're with this person and I have so much fun with this person and I really love this person, but this person is doing something that is hurting me. Or maybe this person isn't just there's something about them, the vibes are off. If the vibes are off, leave. Follow your intuition. If the vibes are off, leave. And for those people who are really extreme and it did something, for example, okay, I really love my friend, we've been friends for like 3 years, and like this person is just like now suddenly saying some stuff that is out of pocket and I don't agree with, or maybe this person is like crossing like a boundary of mine, then I can go there and have a conversation and communicate, because this is something that I'm going to touch on later about how communication is the best thing ever. But you're communicating like, hey, this thing is actually hurting me, this thing is making me feel like that. And if your friend loves you, then everything is going to be solved. And the people you have like a really tight connection with, they can cross your boundaries and they can maybe keep crossing your boundaries, and maybe they do not care, or maybe they don't want to stop crossing that boundary of yours. Then it's time to say bye. Putting yourself first, because we deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve to feel loved, and you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to, if you have a boundary, for people to be like, okay, I understand your boundary. And if someone doesn't accept your boundary, if someone doesn't make you feel respected, it's completely okay to be like, bye. The best way, in my most humble opinion, tell them, maybe in person, maybe over text, just maybe over call, just tell them, hey, thank you for this time. I hope you have a nice life, but you're crossing my boundaries. I'm choosing to respect myself. Goodbye. And if they answer you, if they get mad, if they shout at you, they're like, why are you doing this? Whose problem is it? Who's not taking this in a humanly right way? Why are you doing that? Like, why are you being aggressive on me putting boundaries? Some people are gonna think just block, and I agree to some extent that it's okay to just block. I do also think that it feels nice to have that closure, because on one part you're getting your closure, you're gonna be like, I'm doing this, I'm standing by my things, goodbye. And for the other part, the other person is going to be like, okay, I understand, I see what I did. And maybe they're taking it bad, maybe they're like putting their anger on you, maybe they're putting their bad vibes on you, being like, oh my god, this person did this and stuff like that. It's on them. Just tell them nicely, don't get mad, don't blame them, don't be like,
oh my god, you did this, you did that, so therefore I'm leaving you.
No, it's more of like, I felt like this, I'm choosing to respect myself, hope you have a nice life, bye. Another thing is like, is it important to say the whole thing of like, hope you have a nice life? Yes. Trust me, even if you don't mean it, even if that person was the worst person, was like draining you 24/7, was like starting up like conflict for any single reason, and you do not wish them truly from the bottom of your heart to have for them to have a nice life, or for them to have a nice day, still say it, still mean it, still be like, I hope you have a nice life. You have now out the people who are not good for your life. Now you're okay with being at a state of like, I can be on my own. And now you're even raising your vibration, and now you're in the vibration of like abundance. You're on the vibrational frequency of like, everything's going according to plan. What's gonna happen? You're going to attract friends. People are going to come to you left and right. So I'm going to give you some extra advice before I go on the thing that I want to talk about. Have standards. Everyone is talking about having standards in like dating, and that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm all about for that. Keep having your high ass standards, but also have standards for your friendship. Because if you respect yourself, you're gonna have boundaries. If you respect yourself, you're going to have standards. You're not gonna let any single one come into you, starting conflict, telling you you're ugly, you're not gonna respect it. Good. Bye. We're leaving the people who are not good for us. We know our worth, therefore we know the people who are not good for us, that we can leave them. Respect yourself, because you deserve to be respected. Love that you deserve everything in the world, so act like it. So how do we keep the friendship alive? Number one, good communication. You gotta communicate, and they gotta communicate as well. If there's a problem, if there's a conflict, am I able to go to that person and be like, hey, this happened, I'm feeling like this because of this, let's talk about it, let's find a solution. Amazing. If they come to you and be like, hey, I'm feeling like this because of this, let's talk about it. amazing, and we talk and we move forward and we find a solution. I also want to do a video on how you can communicate your feelings and how to communicate better, but in the meantime I'm gonna give you just the best advice is like always talk from you. So I'm feeling like this, I felt like this, not you did this so I felt like this. No, I felt like this because of this situation, and be honest with how you're feeling. So you're talking with your friends, you're communicating, now we know how to deal with a problem, with a conflict. Now we also know how to express good feelings. So good communication is important. Number 2, think what you like in a friend, reciprocate that feeling to them. So the best advice ever is to make people feel how they want to be felt. Treat people how they want to be treated. Yes, amazing. I love that. Because if we want to be treated in a way and people want to be and we want other people to treat us that way, we also have to treat people the way they want to be treated. If it makes you feel so good when a friend randomly texts you and be like, okay, how are you today? Reciprocate that feeling, or like do that for other people. You're gonna talk about a lot of things and you're gonna find things to talk about, but also just like randomly asking them like, how are you? It's amazing. This reminds me of the servant mindset. So I learned about the servant mindset in a video by Manifestelle. I loved it. I love that video. Most importantly, I love the concept of servant mindset. It's a mindset of like, I'm going to give everything. I'm going to pour into them. I'm going to be a servant to other people, to my friends, to my relationships, because I know they're going to reciprocate the feeling. They're going to pour into me as much as I want to pour into them. She explains it so much better than I do, so definitely watch her video. If you communicate how you feel, if you communicate how you want to be treated, and they communicate how they want to be treated, you just will know how to keep the friendship alive. Don't be afraid to have this conversation with your friends of like, hey, how do you want to be treated? Hey, what's your love language? Hey, what makes you feel loved? And again, the servant mindset. These 2 things, like the servant mindset and the good communication, you're going to keep a friendship. This is really important. Keeping a friendship, keeping a connection is not about saving the unsavable. Again, if someone is crossing your boundaries and you communicate it to them, hey, you crossed my boundary, or hey, I have this boundary, and they keep crossing it, you can only give people one opportunity. You deserve better. You deserve to be treated how you want to be treated. So bye. So basically, communicate your feelings, communicate how you want to be treated, accept that communication back, have the servant mindset of like, I want to pour so much into you, and also I know you want to pour so much into me, and don't let people work over you. If that friendship wasn't meant, it's okay. Something's better is gonna come. So that's kind of like the advice that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, lovelies.